Every day in America, 28 people die as a result of drunk driving crashes.
Every 90 seconds, a person is injured in a drunk driving crash.
Every 1 hour, there are 167 DUI arrests.
What do you feel about drinking and driving?
Drinking and driving is not okay. Mr. Test told me that this one guy got his leg cut off because he was drinking and driving with a motorcycle.
Just don't drink or drive because your life is at stake and my life is at stake. Please.
What do you advise teenagers on drinking and driving?
Well, if they're teenagers, they shouldn't be drinking. That's underage drinking. Over the age of 21, first of all, so they shouldn't do it. That's against the law. And secondly, drinking and driving, you should always have a designated driver. But still, again, a moot point because you shouldn't be drinking under the age of 21. Okay, so those are you shouldn't be drinking.
I think that there should be stricter laws on it. Because loved ones have lost some of their loved ones because of drinking and driving, and I think they should really be strict on it. I'm totally against it.
Who do you think is more likely to drink and drive?
I would probably have to say women, honestly, because usually, girls go out and girls like to have fun too, so I think that if they go out, they're gonna drink and they think that they can, hold down more than maybe they can.
Men. I think men.
Women. Have you ever been a designated driver?
Yes, ma'am, I have. Many times.
Have you ever drank and drove?
I've never drunk and drove. I think it's very stupid and selfish, and it doesn't only hurt the people you crash, but the family as well.
I feel as though being the designated driver is a good thing. It shows that you like your friends a lot whenever you're a designated driver because you're saying that you're not going to go out and party night and you're just going to take care of them. I also feel that whenever you're a designated driver, you're potentially saving lives because what if you said you weren't going to be a designated driver and then nobody was and you ended up driving drunk and you got in a car wreck and you and your friends all died. So I feel as though being a designated driver is a very important part of your night.
How many times do you think a person will drive drunk before their first DUI arrest?
I think that's kind of a slippery slope because people get acclimated to drinking a certain amount because just because a person has a couple of drinks with dinner doesn't necessarily mean they're inebriated or unable to drive. But at the same time, they get acclimated to that, so they start maybe drinking a little more each time. So it could get to that crisis point where they are completely drunk and they don't maybe realize it. And then you have, life crisis like getting the arrest, possibly custody problems with their kids or losing their career or huge things that could pile up from. Not to mention that you could hurt or kill someone. So I mean, it's a pretty slippery slope, and I think it's an individual-based thing. As far as how many times people drive drunk before they get busted, I think it's going to be a luck kind of thing, and which depends heavily on the vigilance of law enforcement to keep everybody safe.
It can have disastrous consequences even if you're not the person drinking and driving. I was involved in an accident with a guy who had been drinking, and I ended up losing a finger, so this finger, and he ended up getting ejected out of the car. Usually that's not the way it goes because the person drinking tends to get injured less, but it's just a bad idea all around. So always think about what you do because there are consequences to everything.